and somebody encroaches on you and they're going to start a fight with you, obviously you're going to put your hands up and you're going to be in this guard position. This is really not the position that you want to be in, because with all the stuff that's going on in the United States and America, you know, whatever, the world, about, you know, especially with cops, you know, people are videotaping stuff all the time and they're getting half of what really happened. They're not getting the full story. So put yourself in this position to where if you put your hands up like this in a fighting stance, from a court's eye, court's position, jury's perspective, this looks extremely aggressive. It looks offensive and it looks like you're ready to fight. So if this happens to you on the street, somebody encroaches on you and they're showing intent to cause great bodily harm to you, you don't want to put your fists up in this position. Put your hands up, facing them, palms facing. This looks non-aggressive, it looks non-violent, and on top of it, it looks very defensive. Like, hey man, I don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble, man. That's where the fight stoppers come in play. You can do them from this position. This is a very non-aggressive position, like I just said. The other one is the thinking man's index position, is this. You don't ever want to stand like this with your arms crossed, okay? Bad position. First off, you can't really move from here because your arms are intertwined. Second off, this actually looks very confrontational. How many times have you like got in an argument with somebody and they're like, oh, whatever, dude, you know, and they cross their arms because they know that they're wrong, they're being confrontational. You don't ever want to be in this position out on the street if you get caught up in a situation where it can turn violent quickly. Always have your hands in the ready. Always have them in front of your workspace, whether it's in this index position, I don't want any trouble, or the thinking man's index position. The way how I do this is basically I create a fist and I have my thumb up and I put it right on the side of my chest and then I just cover it with my other arm, my right arm, right or left hand side, and then I put my thumb underneath my chin and I have my index finger resting right on the front of my chin this way. And depending on how you want to stand, you can be foot forward, same hand, same foot, or you can be reversed. A lot of these techniques are going to be done from this position, okay? So as the camera pans down, you want to be this position. It's a reverse position because you can get strikes off faster that way, and on top of it, you're engaging your hips, which that's where all your power comes from while you're doing these strikes. There is a couple, though, that you can do where you're in this position and still be able to pull them off. The other thing, too, these strikes are brutal. Okay, like I said, they're our top 5 most brutal strikes to use in a street fight. Top 5 man stoppers. That's what they are. This will stop somebody dead in their tracks, either individually done or in combination with one another. Okay, I'm going to go over them rather quickly, so don't leave the room because you might miss it. I'm also planning on doing a video for each and every one individually with a little bit more detail, so then you guys have a better perspective on how these strikes are done, when to use them, how to use them in combination with one another, that sort of thing. So the first one, from this position, from the thinking man's index position, sorry, a little brain fart there for a second. You want your hand to be cupped, almost like you have water, like you're like trying to hold water. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to aim and you're going to strike at the ear. Now you don't want to basically turn your body and then fire off with the strike because you're telegraphing the strike. You want this coming straight from here. As you do this, go right for the ear. Slowly, you're cupping the ear. What you're doing is you're creating a suction as you do that, and you're forcing air into the ear canal. And the goal here is to rupture their eardrum. Okay? To talk a little bit about the pain principle here, think about this. Whenever somebody gets injured in a fight or during a fight, whenever anybody gets injured in the first place, what usually happens? You don't go away from the injury, you actually go towards the injury. So if the eardrum was popped, you're more likely, if it was the left side, right side, whatever, you're more likely to go to that side as you grab your ear and be like, oh my God, you know, excruciating pain. That also messes up their equilibrium while you do that. It gives you enough time to be able to walk away or run away, whichever it may be. All these techniques also are very good for women's self-defense. It's important that women learn how to do these because more than likely, you guys are in a worse position than we are to get attacked, especially the way how sexual assaults happen nowadays. I mean, it's happening like crazy. I mean, this country is really becoming a very unsafe place to live in. So, once again, number one, striking the ear. You don't want to go flat to the ear, and you also don't want your fingers open. You want your hand closed, so from here, as you strike, your hand pops open. It doesn't telegraph, it just goes straight for the ear. Nice, fast, sharp, and explosive. Boom. If you can blade yourself, meaning turning your body to the attacker when you're doing this, to where you get a bigger sight picture of the ear for targeting, that's also good. If you're squared up on the guy, this might be hard for you to sit there and do this because of the angle of the strike. The strike has to move from the head. Okay? So if you're doing this, it's not going to do it, and you can't come out here, it can be blocked. The idea is you're in this position to where, boom, you hit the ear. Okay? That's number one. Number two is a palm strike underneath the chin. So from the same thinking man's position, remember, you can do this from either index. The defensive index, hands up, palms facing the attacker, hand on any trouble, to where you come up underneath, and you strike the chin. The idea is not to hit the chin straight on. Also, you don't want to touch the person's face with your hand. Okay? Shy away from that. You want this coming up in a shelving manner right through the center line of his body. He's not going to see this coming from underneath. If you're doing this, he might see it. Or whomever. You want to come underneath, and as you do this, you drop your body and pop the chin up. The idea is to tilt this person's head back, because wherever the head goes, the body goes. So if you strike them hard enough from here, you're going to get them to fall back. The legality side of this, you better be prepared to deal with it. This is a life and death situation. Obviously, you need to know when to use this and how to use this. And I'm not talking about the 1 o'clock poker game with your buddies and you just lost $500 and you're pissed off because you lost money, and you go and you perform this chin jab to this guy and you busted his, you bust him in the chin, he falls back, cracks his head on the concrete, and ends up dying. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about some dude on the street, you just left a bar, or you just left a friend's house, or you went to Walgreens to pick up a pack of smokes, and somebody came up, started a beef with you, and you have no other choice but to defend yourself. This is one of those choices you could use. Remember, top 5 fight stoppers. So from here, we'll right underneath the chin and strike. Drive the head up and strike. Number 3, same position. You can actually do it from this position if you want. I prefer to do it from this position, so lead leg, lead hand forward. From here, elbow strike. It's a spearing elbow into the sternum at that point. So you're going to go straight into the sternum. And you have to put yourself in a position to where you can strike this straight on. You don't want to strike the chest. The elbow has to hit right in the sternum at this point, where you strike it. Okay? If you're hitting the pectoral, either side, it's not going to be the same thing. Right there in the breastbone, sternum, you hit them hard enough there, what's going to happen is they're going to buckle over because they're going to be, they're going to be winded. The wind's not going to be out them. You're going to be going, oh my God, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. That's the idea. Once you inflict injury on the individual from being successful, if you have to, you can fire off a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th strike to totally neutralize the attacker. So like I said, all these go hand in hand with one another. They're interchangeable. You can blast away, whatever you need to do. So number 3, spearing elbow. So from this position, right to the sternum. Okay? One more time, slowly. Right to the sternum. Spearing elbow to sternum. And one more time, fast. Boom. Knock the wind out of them. The 4th one is a hammer fist from the reverse position, thinking man's posture. You want to hit the mandible, which is basically the joint where your jaw connects to your skull. You want to hit that. That is the idea. 50 pounds of pressure will break that. Think of being punched or hit on the side of the jaw and your jaw breaks. You're automatically going to go to that side from pain. So from this point here, from this position, you want to explode and hit the mandible. Okay? Want to see it again? So from this position, I'd say that might be close to 50 pounds. Let's try one more, see if I can get 50 pounds of pressure on this. Not that we can actually gauge this, but that's going to mess somebody up. It's going to hold variations for the other videos, but I'm going to show you a variation in this as well. Hitting the clavicle, the collarbone. 7 pounds of pressure will break the clavicle. If you have any experience with broken collarbone, or you've ever seen anybody with a broken collarbone, once they're all slinged up, their arm is completely pressed against their body. That arm is completely incapacitated. It is purposely done that way so you do not move the arm at all for the sake of healing. So if you needed to, you could actually do this twice. A combo to the mandible and then to the clavicle at the same time. And bust that clavicle. Can you imagine busting their jaw and busting the collarbone at the same time? They're going to be walking around like a retard. They're going to be in so much pain they're not going to know what the hell to do. At that point, walk away. So fourth one is a strike to the mandible, variation, strike to the collarbone. Okay? And I'm not talking this type of strike and that type of strike. This has to be short, explosive, and fast. Boom! Right against the jaw. Boom! Right against the clavicle. Okay. Fifth one. Top 5 man stoppers. Fifth one. I'm going to show you a variation of this as well. Same position from this index. It's the throat punch. And I'm not talking throat punch, uppercut. I'm talking straight forward. Watch your thumb. You can't have your thumb like this because it's going to cause damage to your thumb. Your fist needs to be closed. Straight in and strike. Boom. Straight in. You don't want the back of your wrist touching his chest. You want this to extend right into his throat. That is a very brutal strike, especially when the attacker never sees this coming. The alternative to this is being same hand, same foot posture in the thinking man's index position, doing a throw punch, but we use with a chop. The same type of hand movement that you use in the first one to strike the ear, you're going to use this to strike the throat this way. So you have this variation and you have this variation. And then you could basically intertwine and combine and do whatever you want to where you can go for the elbow strike, throw punch, collarbone, whatever you want. You know, throat strike, sternum, collarbone, mandible, whatever you want. Work it however you want. It's clearly up to you. You have free reign to do that. So from here, straight, boom. Then you go right for the sternum. Then you can hit the mandible at that point, excuse me, the collarbone, and hit the mandible if you want. So you can be really quick with this if you needed to, and done. Case closed. That was the top 5, top 5 most brutal strikes to use in a street fight, aka top 5 most brutal man stoppers. I'm Lenny Sly, Combative Concepts. You're watching the Road Warrior Training Compound here in Schaumburg, Road Warrior channel. Like, subscribe, share the videos. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.